Imagine this. A single Formula One car can cost over $15 million, and a team can spend up to $300 million in one single season just to race in 23 events. That is over $13 million every single weekend to drive in circles at insane speeds while burning fuel and cash at almost the same rate. So the real question is, who actually pays for all of this? And how does Formula One turn those costs into a business model that makes sense? Most people think Formula One is just about racing, but in reality, it is a multi-billion-dollar entertainment and marketing empire. Behind every overtaking move, there is a contract. Behind every podium celebration, there is a sponsorship activation. It is less pure sport and more Wall Street with helmets. Today, we are going to break down how Formula One makes money, how the teams make their money, who pays these massive bills, and whether this business is actually profitable. By the end of this video, you will understand the system so well that you could theoretically turn your weekend karting hobby into your own Formula One team by tomorrow. Whether you find serious sponsors besides your mom, that is another story. It might surprise you, but the teams do not own Formula One. The sport is owned by the Formula One Group, controlled by Liberty Media, a giant US-based entertainment company that bought it in 2017 for over $8 billion. Their job is simple to describe, but extremely complex to execute. They organize the races, negotiate with cities and governments to host events, sell broadcasting rights to TV networks around the world, sign global sponsorship deals, and then share a portion of the profits with the teams. Think of Liberty Media as the landlord of the fastest and most exclusive property in the world. The teams are the tenants, paying their rent in sweat, carbon fiber, and the occasional fiery crash that doubles as a Netflix highlight. The first and biggest revenue source for Formula One is television rights. This makes up roughly half of the sport's total income. Broadcasters around the world pay billions for the exclusive right to show the races. Companies like Sky in the UK, ESPN in the United States, and many others spend hundreds of millions each season for this privilege. Why? Because Formula One is one of the last truly global live events. Fans in over 200 countries watch it, and unlike a Netflix series, you cannot skip to the good part. You have to watch it live in the moment, which makes it incredibly valuable to advertisers. The second big revenue stream is hosting fees from race organizers. Every city or country that wants to hold a Grand Prix has to pay a hosting fee to the Formula One Group. These fees often range between $20 and $55 million per year. The amount depends on the location and the leverage. Monaco pays less because it brings unmatched prestige and history, while newer markets like Saudi Arabia or Qatar pay premium prices as part of their strategy to boost global visibility. In other words, some places are buying brand exposure, while others are essentially buying themselves a personality upgrade. The third source is global sponsorship. Brands like Rolex, DHL, and Aramco pay enormous sums to have their names and logos integrated into every possible aspect of the sport. From the trackside banners, to the podium backdrop, to the official timing screens. They're not just paying for visibility, they are paying to be associated with speed, precision, luxury, and a sport where even a single mistake can cost millions. While the Formula One Group collects the cash, a significant chunk is distributed to the teams. This is where the business model starts to vary dramatically depending on whether you are a front runner or fighting at the back. The first revenue stream for teams is prize money. At the end of each season, a prize pool of around $900 million is split between the 10 teams. Half of this is divided equally among all teams, which ensures that even the smallest outfit can afford to keep racing, at least in theory. The other half is allocated based on the final position in the Constructors' Championship. A top team like Mercedes or Red Bull can earn well over $100 million in prize money alone. Smaller teams like Haas or Williams receive far less, which creates the classic Formula One paradox. The rich teams keep winning, and because they keep winning, they stay rich. The second revenue stream is sponsorship, and this is where the real money is. A title sponsor like Oracle at Red Bull can pay up to $100 million per year just for the branding rights. Beyond that, there are dozens of secondary sponsors, each paying millions for their logos to appear on the car, the driver suits, and every media backdrop. A Formula One car is not just a machine built for speed, it is a rolling billboard at 300 kilometers per hour, and every square centimeter of paint can be worth millions. That flashy new livery you saw last season is less about style and more about invoices getting paid. The third stream is merchandising. Teams operate official shops online and trackside, release limited edition collections, and partner with fashion brands for premium collaboration. Mercedes sells jackets for over $200, and fans buy them even if they live somewhere that never drops below 20 degrees. The fourth source is technology transfer. Formula One teams are some of the most advanced engineering organizations on Earth. McLaren licenses its technology to aerospace companies. Williams runs a high-end engineering consultancy. The same minds that design a front wing capable of slicing through the air at 300 kilometers per hour might also be working on your next generation bicycle or passenger jet. The fifth source is the owners themselves. Many teams are owned by billionaires or giant corporations. For someone like Lawrence Stroll, owner of Aston Martin, the Formula One team is a global marketing platform for his luxury businesses. Direct annual profit is often secondary. The real payoff is prestige, brand dominance, and the long-term value growth of the team as an asset. Owning a Formula One team is the billionaire equivalent of having a verified social media account, but with more champagne. Of course, all this revenue only matters if you can control the costs, which in Formula One is easier said than done. A single car can cost between $15 and $20 million to design and build. 2 cars plus spare parts, and you are already around $40 million. Then come the driver salaries, with top stars like Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton earning over $40 million per year each. Add more than 1,000 staff members per team, plus the research, development, and logistics, and you start to see why this is one of the most expensive games on the planet. Since 2021, there has been a budget cap, currently around $135 million for most racing expenses. But here's the catch. Driver salaries, marketing budgets, and the top management pay are not included in that number, which means the actual spending can be far higher. Think of it like a diet where desserts are not counted, and you still wonder why you are gaining weight. So is owning a Formula One team actually profitable? The truth is, most teams do not post traditional profits. The annual operating costs can swallow almost all the income, but the value of the teams themselves has exploded. McLaren, Ferrari, and Red Bull are now worth billions, and those valuations continue to climb as the sport grows in markets like the United States. For investors, a Formula One team is often less about short-term profit and more about long-term brand building and asset appreciation. It is a trophy investment, a global marketing platform, and a chance to be part of one of the most exclusive clubs in sport and business. Could you start your own Formula One team tomorrow? Technically, yes. If you can raise $200 to $300 million every single year, secure a rare team license, and convince sponsors you are worth betting on, in practice, it is one of the most exclusive and expensive business games in existence. But if you manage to do it, you are not just part of the fastest sport on earth, you are plugged directly into one of the most powerful marketing ecosystems ever created. Formula One is not just a sport, it is a global business powered by money, brand, politics, and a bit of chaos at 300 kilometers per hour. And in this game, winning on the track is impressive, but winning in the balance sheet is where the real champagne gets popped. Good luck.